Hey guys, this is Lashette from Scarlet Moon Creations. This is the start of my Bookoplathon, the 48-hour round reading vlog. Today is Friday the 20th of May, and it is currently 4:14 p.m. I'm in New York City, so EST. For my time zone, Bookoplathon 48-hour round begins at 7 p.m. So in 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's been a crazy day. I meant to do this opening before now. I need to do several things before I can do nothing but read, eat, and use the bathroom this weekend. I want to change my sheets and change my altar cover because it's just something I've been needing to do, both of them. I'm pretty good as far as sleep goes, but that wasn't enough to get me through the whole night. But excitement and those live shows might. Other things I have done. I did film 2 videos, which took longer than I planned because they were stressful as hell, therefore something not book related, but those are filmed now. I do need to edit a video that I want to go up on Sunday. Wish me luck with that. Probably won't edit that or start editing that for another 45 minutes or so when I get some quiet time. Fingers crossed I can get that done in 2 hours. It's not a super long video. My dad is like dying all of a sudden. Joking. But I need to mix some soil and compost and put it in a bag and away and start possibly my seeds late. This is late May, but I just haven't done that yet. And put away my clean laundry, which has been around for like a week already. The other thing I need to do is go buy some snacks because we're sorely lacking in that department. Like I'm hungry right now, but it's not quite dinner time. Like dinner isn't even started cooking, and my parents are probably gonna go leave and pick up the car, so I might wind up having to cook dinner. Damn. This is not how I want any of this to go. Let's look up one prompt. The first 2 roles I think are, I believe one is to read a book with gods, and since I still have not read this, Dream Hunter by Sherilyn Kenyon will probably fulfill that prompt. And the other prompt is to read a short book under 300 pages, so I can read Shuri number 9, I think is what I'm up to, which is a comic book, the shortest option, or I can read Children of the Whales volume 2, which I definitely want, volume 3, which I definitely want to get through, again, under 200 pages. There are some other comics and manga I can pick, but those are the 2 at the top of my to be read list. So when we actually start this shindig, that's probably how this is going to go. I'm not gonna show you me doing these errands because that's not necessary, but I just wanted to let you know the feeling I'm going into the start of this readathon with. Maybe I should just start at midnight my time, and no, because I'm gonna watch the live shows. Last year this was fun and insane and exhausting, and I expect the same this year. I don't know when I'm gonna sleep, and Monday I have allergy shots, and it's somewhere in this weekend I want to go out because tomorrow's gonna be 90 degrees. I want to go outside and read. I did do that last year during I forget whose reading sprints, but I just took my phone with me and watched or listened. Those are the things driving me crazy. I will be doing probably oracle card readings and such, because I'm still running my various oracle mini study here on YouTube and on Facebook. Love that for me. I'm supposed to be studying cards daily, as well as on Saturday at 2 p.m. my time, I'll be running a live show of my own. Not on YouTube, but in the Facebook group. So y'all wish me luck. These might be the only 2 books I read all weekend. Who knows? All right, let's get it going. So I have to cook dinner. I'm gonna get it started now. I also have to wash dishes. And I meant to mention that I'm already listening to an audiobook. I started it today. I have plenty of time to finish it. But just to keep me company throughout the day, I'm listening to Will by Will Smith and Mark Manson. This is a memoir, Will Smith's life, and narrated by him. I'm already on 1.4 speed, which is usually what I do on overdrive, and I might bump it up a little bit. But Mark Manson apparently also wrote The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I haven't read that, so I don't know anything about it. But yeah, so that's what's keeping me company while I do these errands. I don't think I'm going to be getting any snacks today. I have popcorn and fruit, so that'll have to do for today. And tomorrow maybe I'll get some chips or whatever, because I just cannot tonight. So the first reading sprints have started. I finished dinner like at 7:04 p.m. And I've decided I'm going to start with Shuri number 9 for my first read, but that's not going to take me 5 hours to read tonight, or I should say 12 hours to the next roll drop. So I'm going to edit this video because I've spent my time putting my clothes away and then cooking dinner, and move on from there, because this video, I need this video to go up and be scheduled.
Wait, let me turn the volume up. Am I sharing my audio? Can y'all hear her? Can you confirm that y'all can hear her? Because I don't want y'all to not be able to do so. So I'm gonna start it over.
2020 Bookoplathon board roll number 2. 9. An ebook or an audiobook.
See, I told y'all one was easy. Ebook or an audiobook.
7. This one is the colour space, so it is a book with any colour in the title.
Completely anonymous. I was intimidated and terrified. As I look back with today's understanding, I was probably on the edge of a panic attack. My heart was...
Jade Fire Gold, Jade City, Jade War, Jade Yellow Wallpaper.
Alright, so we're into the second 12 hours of the Bookoplathon 48-hour round. I'm on to page 212 in The Dream Hunter. It's going well. I will probably finish this tonight. And I'm 25% of the way through Will by Will Smith and Mark Manson? I don't remember. The audiobook, which is what I picked for one of the second round prompts. The first one I showed you, it was ebook or audiobook. The second one was to read a book with a color in the title. I've picked for that The Red Threads of Fate. It is a short story or novella, and by Neon Yang. I read the first book in this series, The Black Tides of Heaven, last year, I think. And I've been meaning to get to this. Black Tides of Heaven, quite solidly ended, obviously. I do want more, and there is more. There's 2 other books after this. Yeah, I think there would be novellas, not short stories. I don't think they're that short. But yeah, I've woken up quite a bit since you saw me earlier, and I did my live show for the Fairies Oracle mini study check-in, and I'm gonna go outside and enjoy the weather. This morning it looked like it wasn't gonna be sunny, and yeah, it took a while to get its shit together. So now I'm just gonna go out and enjoy nature and the weather and maybe my fae and read some more. Right now Mel is on with Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin. I missed the beginning because of my live show. I will probably miss the rest of their live sprints. Gavin has his own sprints afterwards. I think Mel's gonna be there for those, so I don't feel too bad about missing them. At some point I need to sleep because I feel tired again. But yeah, that's my update. Let's go.
I hope the sound is good, and I will play it now. And if there's no sound, let me know. So, 3, 2, 1, go!
2021 Bookoplathon board roll number 3. 9. Spooky, a book with spooky themes or a spooky cover.
I'm assuming that you could hear that okay.
I could. I muted myself because I knew I would yell, but I have thrillers next to me, so thank God.
Yay! Okay, brilliant. Yes. Okay. Awesome. That's it. And then I will also put it in the pinned comment as well what the roll drops are as well, so just in case anybody misses this part, I'll pin it as a comment. But yeah, let's check the 2021 board, see if that also helps anyone, and then you guys can help us pick what we are. Oh, hang on. I think I've just showed the 2021 board first.
Okay. That's okay.
Okay, so that I'm a little bit tipsy, I'm not gonna lie. After the 2021 board. Here we go.
2020 Bookoplathon board roll number 3. 6. And that is a young adult book.
The 2 books I have next to me, I'm not kidding, thriller and a young adult. That's horrible. You didn't have a straight face.
I woke up to Maddie's reading sprints, the last roll drop, about an hour ago. I had just missed them, so I went on Twitter. I woke up to a book with water on the cover and feed scroll. These are the last 2 prompts of this readathon. What the fuck? Like, I feel attacked. Given the fact that I've only read 2 books so far. I did finish The Dream Hunter, and guess what? There's water on the cover, so I'm just gonna do that because I scrolled my Twitter for 45 minutes before I found a book. What I came across was a New York Public Library recommendation, nonfiction. Don't remember the title. They don't even have the link to the book, so I just, yeah. I switched to Instagram. I knew I would find a lot more. Nothing with water on the cover. Things I'm interested in. The first post I came across was Tomes and Textiles, recommendations for Latinx books for Memorial Day, which is a holiday next weekend. Memorial Day weekend is next weekend here in the US. I'm interested in all of those. None of them had water on the cover. That's fine. I don't know if I'll get to read those because I had a good night's sleep, which means I did not read more than the first 2 pages of The Red Threads of Fortune. Oh, that's on this phone. And that sucks for me. Meaning, yeah. But I'm gonna read that now, eat breakfast, get my life together. I still have the Will audiobook. I'm like so irritated because the other prompts during Gavin's and Lexi's sprints were, or maybe it was Mel's sprints with Gavin. I don't remember. But anyway, it was spooky vibes and young adult. And while I'm very interested in reading Grave Peril by Jim Butcher, a reread, I can listen to an audiobook. To combine the 2, Cemetery Boys would be a good prompt. I don't remember the last time I read a young adult book. No, I do Sorcery of Thorns, which I have over there. That was last year. I have wanted to read Cemetery Boys. So yeah, kept scrolling, and I came across Cemetery Boys, so that might be for 3 prompts. And I'll still read Grave Peril. I just won't finish it today. My Overdrive has the audiobook and an ebook for Cemetery Boys. So I've got The Red Threads of Fortune and Will, which I'm only a quarter of the way through, but I can do it. I'm reading it at 2 times speed because for some reason, oddly enough, Will Smith is talking kind of slow in this audio book. I can also just say that The Red Threads of Fortune counts for that too, because it's an ebook. I was thinking about that, but we'll see. Yeah. And then Cemetery Boys. So I could prioritize The Red Threads of Fortune, which I will because it's 144 pages, and Cemetery Boys. I'll probably still listen to Will as well. Guys, wish me luck. I cannot believe Feed Scroll. This is the last one too. Like, come to kick everyone's ass because now it's like you have to scramble to get a book. That ain't right. That ain't right. Hey guys, I'm here to wrap up, I guess, for the most part, Bookoplathon. I was just checking my timing. I didn't start reading the first book until like 9 something because of cooking and other things. It is 7:29 p.m. The live shows have ended. 7 p.m. Eastern Time is midnight BST, GMT. So yeah, technically I still have time, but I'm not gonna kill myself because yeah, I made it to halfway, almost exactly halfway, 49% of Cemetery Boys, the audiobook, and I'm really enjoying it. I think though I want to lay down, I want to shower. Look at me. And relax and read this like with text, so I'll probably return the audiobook and get the ebook. But yeah, to wrap up all of the books that I've read and the prompts that they have fit. So the first book I read was the Shuri number 10. I don't know what I guess I'll put it over there. Shuri number 10. This is the last of the Shuri run by Nettie Okorafor, and I kind of feel ambivalent, maybe because I was tired. Things wrapped up. I haven't really talked about these individual comics in a while because I realized there's not much to say that's different between each individual issue, so I'll wrap them up all together once I finish all 10. But yeah, we're following Shuri, who is the sister of T'Challa, the king of Wakanda and the Black Panther. T'Challa goes into space with a fellow superhero, and it's a planned trip through a dark hole or a wormhole, and Shuri is supposed to be in touch with them even as they go through and out to the other side due to her technology, but something goes wrong, and so now no one knows where T'Challa is or if he's okay or anything. And Shuri, their mother, is asking her to step in as the ruler of Wakanda and as the Black Panther, and Shuri is having some issues with that. The realization that she came to at the end was like, I thought we knew this. Like, that's what I thought. Like, this thing is just, she just came to that realization, and I felt like, okay, really? I thought that was obvious. And so her solution to kind of save everyone was not what it wasn't super impressive to me, because I was like, well, if that, you could have done that this whole time. So I don't know. I can't rate anything because, you know, I'm doing the call pod thing all this year, and because I've been filming these, my backup is full and it won't let me update my spreadsheet, which is in Google Drive. Anyway, books. The next book with Gods was roll number 2, and I picked up The Dream Hunter, the only physical book I read. 10 or 11 in the Dark Hunter universe, and book 1 in the Dream Hunter series that is part of the Dark Hunter universe. A reread. I'm rereading the Dark Hunter universe because there are future characters that I had basically forgotten about in these earlier books being more prevalent and being like the protagonists and main characters in future books, and I was just like, what? So trying to go back and find those threads, and still finding stuff. This is a series where the Greek gods play a big role. They show up almost always, at least once. Dark Hunters are created by the goddess Artemis, and to protect human beings from demons. Anyway, so Dream Hunters are similar, where they protect human beings and other beings, honestly, dream from attack as well. Not demons, but I forget what they're called already. Anyway, in this book, we're following Megira Kafiri, and her father has been obsessed with Atlantis, which in this series is real. So there are also Atlantean gods and goddesses. Anyway, she's picked up the mantle, the search for Atlantis, after her father has passed away, because she promised to him. And even though growing up she was fed up with his obsession, on his deathbed he showed her some things that prove, like, scientifically, Atlantis must exist. So on the other hand, we have Arukos, who is Askados. I think that's what they are called. I am not good with Greek words, please bear with me. Skados are those beings who they feed off of people's emotions in their dreams. And Arukos Askados has become obsessed with Giri, and he decides to do an end run, go to Hades, and ask him to make him a human so that he can experience emotions and feelings. And a whole shit ton of gods and demigods and powerful beings show up in this. I liked it about as much as I did the last time. Not blow me away. Really interesting. And it's kind of cute. The relationship is what it is. It can be considered insta-love, but it's alright. We'll live. So other than a book with gods, this wound up being my book with water on the cover, the 7th prompt, because you see she's walking on the beach. I don't know if you could tell, but that's all water. So that's covered. Next, I read The Red Threads of Fortune, and this is by Neon Yang. This is book 2 in the Tensorit series. In book 1, The Black Tides of Heaven, which I read last year or maybe the year before, I was very concerned that I was gonna forget what the hell happened in this series. Like, this is not a direct continuation. We are following the other sibling. In the first book, we start with Makoya and Akeha. They're twin children of the Protector, who is in charge of this land called the Protectorate. And this is kind of like an alternate reality Asian country, an alternate reality dystopian futuristic, I'm serious, Asian country. And Makoya and Akeha are twins, and the interesting thing about the Protectorate, this land, is that their children do not have a gender until a certain age, and then they decide that. And there are very many options. It's not just male or female. So we start with them very young. The Protector trying to keep her, I guess, rulership, sells her twins off to this grand monastery, and that's where they grow up. Makoya is developing these psychic futuristic gifts, and Akeha is developing something else, not quite so magical. And they're basically like in this religious place with all of these rules or whatever, and their mom acts like she doesn't know them. And meanwhile, in the backdrop, there's this whole rebellion going on amongst the people. They don't like the tensors, the people who have magical abilities, I guess, and who run things. And the rebels, who have pulled themselves together in some kind of faction, are called machinists, and they're getting more and more dangerous, attacking people or whatever. And the first book, we mostly, after a certain point, focus on Akiha or Akeha. In this second book, The Red Threads of Fortune, we're into the future after the ending of the first book, and we pick up and we're in Makoya's point of view. Now, in the first book, a lot of time passes. We get to where they're adults of significant age. In this one, I think they're older than me. I think it said they're 39 at this point. So, yeah, so they were already in their 30s by the end of the first book, which was still a novella. But this one is shorter in timeline, though there are some flashbacks, like literal flashbacks. Makoya has flashbacks to a tragedy that happened, so also triggering content warnings for death of a child and grief, bodily harm, maybe a little bit of medical things. I like this. It was interesting. It did not pick up where I thought it would go. It's not picking up the same thread of things. At this point, Makoya has you know, other things on her mind, basically. And that saved me, because like I said, I was really worried I would not understand what the hell was going on, because it's been so long. So that I read for, obviously, the ebook, an audiobook, and a book with color in the title. Read. Next, the last book, which I did not get to finish, was Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas, and listening to the audiobook, which is great, but I really do want to see the Spanish with my eyes, the words. So this is actually covering 3 prompts, because I refused. Like, we can go ahead and say I did not fulfill the prompt, the last one for feed scroll, because I don't care. That was out of the blue, and we already talked about that, but young adults and spooky vibes is what this is fulfilling, and we're following. Hey, so my phone died or something like that, and I was tired, so we are here several days later, and I'm going to talk about Cemetery Boys and give you my ratings since I have them now. From a traditional family and community that uses magic, and their traditions are heavily based on gender, particularly the binary, male and female, and they don't really know what to do with him. He doesn't quite fit. Yandriel and his friend Marisa decide to do the traditional ceremony themselves in private to prove that Yandriel deserves to be a brujo. And afterwards, the next step is one of his cousins, Miguel, I think, has been murdered, and his plan is to find Miguel's ghost and help put it to rest. But in doing that ritual, Yandriel pulls up another person's ghost, that of a fellow teenager from his high school, Julian. They decide to come to an understanding, a deal. Now, this was cute. I knew I was gonna like this. This has been on my TBR forever. It feels like, even though this only came out in 2020, it was very cute. There's a romance there, and you know, we all saw it coming. I kind of hesitated with reading this because of the ghost factor. For me, hearing that one of the characters is a ghost makes me think, well, this is purposeless, because it's not like romance and having a romantic loving relationship with someone else is not all about the physical, and there's no sex in this, FYI. It's just, I feel like there is usually some physical aspect, even if it's just hand holding and cuddling. Like, I'm not really aware of aromantic people and how that might work. I could very well be wrong or just misinformed or uninformed, so that's fine. But that is what I think when I hear one of the characters in a romance is a ghost. I'm just like, how's that gonna work? But the romance was not the main point of this. And I enjoyed it about halfway through because of one particular scene between, including Yandriel's dad. I figured out who the bad guy was, and right after that, his Lita starts telling his old story, and I was like, oh, well, that person does that, and then that kind of took away some of my, like, enjoyment, just a little. The very obvious insertion of the stuff. I liked all of the cultural things, like, because it's diverse within the Latine Hispanic diaspora, and you know, there are Mexicans, there are Colombians, there are Puerto Ricans, there are Haitians, and you know, so everybody's not from one place, not one country or culture owns these particular practices, but it is very insular in East LA. And speaking of which, I know enough about the LA County to realize how large it is and how traffic is. So the timing, the pacing on this was really weird at times. The most obvious point to me was on their last day, and they don't go to school, but they leave in time to go to school. So like early 8, let's say 8 a.m. They go to a store, get snacks, pick up a car, then drive to the beach, which I am aware is several hours away from East LA, and traffic, right? But they get to the beach and it's sunset, and then they don't spend much time there, it seems, and then all of a sudden it's midnight and they're trying to race back home, or it's just before midnight and they're trying to race back home, and I'm just like, this is not adding up. This is weird. And that was the most obvious point, but it happened at other intervals before that, so I was just like, I don't know, something's weird. The very ending was cute. I wasn't expecting how it went down, even though I knew, you know, the bad guy and what the bad guy was going to do. How they were going to save the day was unexpected. But then again, the very, very end, I think something is implied between the two of them magically, but it's not dealt with, so I'm just like, or it's not talked about, so I'm just like, I don't know. And I think this is supposed to be a standalone, so I'm just a little disappointed on that end of things. But overall, I really liked it. And let me give you these freaking ratings. Even though I didn't finish it until after the readathon is done, I wound up giving 4 stars. And then for, I think it's the Dream Hunter, I gave 3.5 stars. I gave the Red Threads of Fate 4.5 stars, and Shuri number 10 4 stars. So pretty decently done that weekend. Let me know if you participated in the 48-hour readathon. How did you do for Bookoplathon this go round? Did you enjoy yourselves? what books did you read? And yeah, at some point I will come up with a wrap up with the other books I read this month. Like this video if you like this, subscribe if you are new, hit the notification bell so you know when my next videos are coming out. And look in the links in my description. There is a 10% off discount code to my Etsy shop where I make bath and body products and give tarot and oracle readings, as well as links to all my social media, Goodreads and Storygraph if you like to follow me or friend me on any of those. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.